Okay, we're back for part 2, lesson 5. Going to start the C shaped C major pentatonic or diatonic scale from the third of C on the second string. So I find the third of 3 on the second string. And just a little digression here. I know the digressions are like, it's like a critical angle or something, where the light can't get into the water. We need to get into the water. That's what a lifeguard chief once told me in a hurry. Um, so, and it was choppy. So, what I wanted to digress there for a second was if you can't find this E on the seventh fret, I guess fret zeros down is open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the third dot up, I guess, is the seventh fret. And if you can't find that, you can start it anywhere. This method is just for that also. It also enables people to find the key. Okay, all you need to know to start a new cage position from any string is the starting note and the shape. That we just talked about. Here's the starting note, and we're going to play a C shaped from the second string. We haven't done it yet. Um, when you play the shape pattern upward, you reach the warp early. Okay, it's going to warp early. The C shape isn't going to warp on the normal. Now we have to do this here. Isn't going to warp on between the fourth and fifth string here. Now remember, the first string's on the bottom now, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it would have to warp. We'd have to warp this over. It's not going to warp there. It's going to warp there early because we're on the second string. The warp essentially moves down to the between the third and fourth string, so it's going to be 3, 6, 2, and then we're going to have to warp over to get the 5. Remember that, what I said. But you could start it anywhere, anytime, anything, and this says right here, the top string will give you information about the key. Sorry, this. All right, I thought it was going to tell you it could help you find the key. That isn't what that says, but that's what we're going to do. So we go ahead up the pattern. You hit the top string. This top string will give you the information on the parent cage shape and the key. This is the way we're doing it. But I'm saying if I'm not starting on this very note in this particular situation here, running a C pentatonic, C major pentatonic from the second string, you can start anything from anywhere, a C from anywhere when you get to the top. All right, if you know what the patterns are when you get to that top note. Let's say you started from the third string from the top, okay? So your top string is going to be 2, 3, 4. Well, guess what? A whole step below that 2 is the key that you're in, that you just played. So you can start playing along with music anywhere and take it to the top string, all right, respecting the warp if you're doing it by patterns. And of course we all do this by patterns. So you look at a C here that's on the root. Okay, the C is easy. This is the first. This is the open chamber. I call it the open chamber, the open box, the first part of the guitar down here. Okay, you do a C here, and you look at you got to look at these patterns. Okay, and here it is. I have these are uh, these are the unwarped patterns. When you're building a pattern, building a C from here, it's 3, 4, 5, blah blah blah. You follow the patterns like that anyway. So when you're starting to play anywhere, so let's say you're listening to a tune that somebody's playing, and you find that it's a catchy tune, so you can kind of play along with it. It's not all over the place. I hate when things are all over the place. and you start playing along. You do a couple of frags, a couple of strings on it, and you find out, you know, you go. Okay, right there, I did an S3S. So an S3S would tell me that the root of the S3S is at the top, and that's C. Something like that. So once you know in these patterns, okay, the major two patterns, I don't have them. This is the first time I haven't had the major two patterns on the chart in a long time, but it's S3S, which is these three. See, the 3 means 3 of them. Bop, bop, bop. The 2 means 2 of them. This one contains an R. So you know where the R is once you get these patterns going. That's all I'm saying. You can start them anywhere. But anyway, let's go back to starting our C-shaped C major from the second string. So it goes, we do our S2L, then we have to warp, well, guess what? We reach the top string like it says, and if we were doing that diatonically, we'd find out. Okay, we'd find out that we've got here on top 7 root 2, which is from, because we started on the second string, okay, for the C. We started on the second string. We only got up 5 strings, so that's 7 root 2 right there. Well, guess what? 7 root 2 is the beginning of what? It's the beginning of the E shape. 7 root 2. That's why there's an E there. What that means is, so when I start this C here, I can just take it down into the rest of the E. And that's really just following a pattern too, because the E started on essentially the top part of an S3S. That's what that little teeny thing says. It's the top part of an S3S. Okay, so the top part of an S3S is 3, 4, 5. Here's an S. Here's your S. Excuse me. Top part of an S3S. 3, 4, 5. Top part of an S2L. Sorry. There's your 3, 4, 5. Right there. Okay. So you want to think patterns anytime you're doing them, if you can. Now I can continue this as if it was an E. The thing is, if I'm playing an E, let's say pentatonic, I have to, when I get to the top 3 strings, look what I have to do. I have to do this little doodah hop over the warp. See how I have to bring my finger over? But if I'm doing it in thinking I'm doing a C now, starting from the second. So the C, I got through all this already. I can break for a second here. Why is it easier now? It's just easier. It's like different fingering. See? Sorry. It's just a walkover now. Whereas when I started with the E, I'm walking over holding this one with this finger. Why is that? I don't know. It just works out differently. Okay? It's almost like it's healthy on the piano to play in different keys. So say C, I want to do it in E flat. It's just different fingering, and it's just really healthy to do that. to start the